Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's massive Madison Square Garden wedding was an absolute corporate circus. Insiders claim the couple barely had a single second of actual privacy. Instead, they got a leaked Netflix production schedule, a sudden public friendship breakup, and a truly disastrous reception speech. This wasn't a romantic ceremony. It was a multi-million-dollar filmed event where guests allegedly signed non-disclosure agreements alongside their wedding wishes. Everyone expected a fairy tale, but the internet is currently losing its mind over the chaotic fallout. There is a hidden, massive legal war behind the scenes that Travis refused to let Taylor ignore. Why did Blake Lively suddenly cut ties right before the vows? What exactly did Lena Dunham say that made a room full of professional football players completely freeze? We will get to those leaked text messages in a moment. Let's look at the receipts. Anyway, let's see how this entire disaster unfolded. Now let's talk about the guest list. Comedian Dave Chappelle publicly complained about his missing invitation. He joked online about missing out on making 15,000 closest friends. But like I said, the venue was already packed with chaos. Selena Gomez showed up looking surprisingly elegant, dragging Blanco along. You guys know Selena and Taylor are tight. However, internet sleuths pointed out Selena acted shady last month at a Knicks game. Apparently, they got over that little situation quickly. Benny's presence was a massive deal because he openly hates traveling. Interestingly, Travis Kelce skipped Selena's own wedding months ago due to football season. Talk about keeping score in Hollywood. But the real shade isn't Benny's messy hair. It is the completely empty seats where Taylor's former circle used to sit. Online comments are already calling Selena a shapeshifter. One user wrote that Selena is the most beautiful natural woman of her generation. And it's like we haven't even seen any official pictures yet. The entire ceremony was kept under strict lock and key. Selena shared a sweet PDA-filled snap of the couple cozying up after the vows. Benny wrapped his arms around her while she gently held his face. For the occasion, Selena stunned in a gold-beaded gown. Meanwhile, Benny kept it classic in a traditional black tuxedo. The singer also shared a snap from the rehearsal dinner night. The moment felt full circle because Taylor was a bridesmaid at Selena's wedding. Fans are already rating the outfits across social media. One comment stated Selena's wedding dress looked nicer than Taylor's. Well, Taylor and Travis Kelce were dressed in custom Christian Dior. I do believe Taylor is going to sell her wedding video eventually. Rumor has it the rights were already sold before the ceremony even started. There were tons of production people at the venue. Now let's transition to the real drama. One of Taylor's former friends totally stole the spotlight. Blake Lively and her husband Reynolds instantly released a PR statement. Their friendship with Taylor is officially over. I feel like Taylor has been done with this relationship for a long time. Blake was allegedly holding on to hope for a last-minute wedding invitation. Now that she was left out, Blake is completely done. Blake and Ryan were completely shut out of the wedding held on Friday. A source says Taylor is in a different place now. She only wants to be around people she trusts completely. She wants people who bring her peace, not chaotic energy. That is incredibly shady. It is a massive shame because she and Blake used to be inseparable. Honestly, Taylor, that was a good move. If you stuck by Blake's side, the public would look at you differently. The insider says she did not expect things to end up this bad. At first, Taylor figured they would be fine once everything settled down. But then more legal stuff kept happening. According to the insider, it wasn't just one big argument. But I am calling absolute BS on that statement. It was definitely the lawsuit. It was everything added up over the past 2 years. By the time Taylor was making decisions about the guest list, she realized something. She did not want that toxic energy around her wedding. It was a massive turning point. She officially cut Blake off. Taylor has cut off several high-profile friends in the past. Let's not act brand new about her behavior. One TikTok creator posted an interesting theory about the breakup. The theory suggests Travis Kelce genuinely hates Blake and Ryan. Travis has only ever experienced the messy lawsuit side of them. He probably talked to Taylor and told her she did not need that energy. Taylor obviously agreed with her man. To give you a quick reminder, their relationship completely imploded in January 2025. Justin Baldoni filed a $400 million lawsuit against Blake and Ryan. Then the court revealed embarrassing private text messages. Blake called Taylor one of her dragons. She wrote that she happens to have a few dragons for better or worse. She claimed she uses those gorgeous monsters to protect her friends. Taylor did not like being described as a mythical creature used at Blake's liking. My theory is that Travis Kelce hates Blake and Ryan completely. He despises them based on everything that went down in public. This is obviously completely unsubstantiated speculation. It is just coming from my gut after observing the court documents over the past 2 years. Travis Kelce seems like a simple man. Threatening to release 10 years' worth of private text messages was the final straw. Travis did not have the baggage of a long-standing friendship with Blake and Ryan, so he was able to provide Taylor some serious clarity. He showed her how messed up the situation actually was. I also think he finds Ryan Reynolds completely insufferable. In May 2025, Taylor was issued a subpoena to appear in court as a witness. Her lawyers were able to get her out of it, but the leaked text messages were released to the public anyway. They were so embarrassing. Taylor even texted Blake saying everything felt like a corporate email between them. She called out the relationship for being fake and phony. Taylor actually seems very real for making that comment. Blake was disingenuous and used the friendship as a power play. Taylor found out the hard way that her friend was actually Regina George in disguise. One user commented that Blake missed out on Taylor performing at her own wedding. Page 6 reported that the pop star was taking the stage at her nuptials. Performing at your own wedding would be the ultimate tacky move, unless it is a romantic gesture for your husband. A separate source revealed that Taylor and Stevie Nicks did a sound check early that morning. It also looks like Tim McGraw was performing. We haven't seen any other official reports about this. You guys may not know this, but Adam Sandler married them. That is iconic. They got close during Happy Gilmore 2 in 2025. Travis Kelce appeared in this film. There were so many celebrities there, and Adam Sandler marries you. Guest descriptions say Sandler was funny, heartfelt, and vulnerable. Despite the massive venue, the night felt surprisingly intimate. Jason and Kylie Kelce's kids were the flower girls. They threw petals around Taylor as she walked down the aisle. She walked down the aisle to one of her songs played on strings. At the end, Taylor's mother, Andrea, invited everyone downstairs. Sources describe the decor as Alice in Wonderland meets Wizard of Oz. There was a massive greenhouse structure built inside the arena. Eyewitnesses said the food was catered by Zero Bond. It turns out people waiting outside were given pastries afterward. The dessert table was still filled up, so they shared the sweets. I think that is nice. But the more information that comes out, the more it seems planned. It feels like an elaborate corporate ruse. Taylor wore a custom Dior gown by Jonathan Anderson. She did not have a maid of honor. Her best friend Abigail wore a matching dress, meaning she was a bridesmaid. No tea, no shade. It seems like something a regular human being could buy. Now, let's get into the most inappropriate part. Lena Dunham gave a speech that made the audience gasp. I absolutely hated her outfit. Comment below and tell me what you think. Lena has been close friends with Taylor for years. During her speech, she said American football is just straight guys reenacting adult films. Remember, the room was filled with professional athletes. It was incredibly disrespectful to Travis and his entire craft. But it looks like Taylor was not bothered at all. She immediately declared Lena a genius. Taylor thought it was hilarious. Maybe she was the only one who did. Lena is a comedian, so she wanted some quick laughs. Another comment called her trash and referenced controversial incidents from her 2014 book. Lena revealed some weird childhood incidents in that memoir involving her sister. Lena is just a weirdo in my opinion. The fact that she said that in front of football executives is wild. The speech is completely taking over the internet as it should. I am happy for Taylor and Travis. The wedding was definitely an interesting event full of shady moments. Was this a real wedding or just a glorified commercial for a future Netflix documentary stream? The comments across X and TikTok are an absolute disaster. Some users are calling the entire Madison Square Garden event completely tacky. Other leaks claim Taylor allegedly charged $50,000 per person just for the catering. Either way, public trust is completely fracturing. Influencer culture keeps turning private milestones into highly commodified, high-priced content. This corporate greed is bordering on ridiculous. Don't believe everything you see on a celebrity timeline. So, whose side are you on in this multi-million-dollar fallout? Let me know below.